Greetings, everyone. This is Sophisticated Intuition with your spiritual insight messages for the year of 2020. This is a general reading and it may or may not resonate with you. If you are interested in a personal reading, my information is going to be in the description box. I've already meditated and shuffled the cards. I'll be laying out 4 cards for the overall energy of each quarter of the year, and then 1 card for the 12 months with clarifiers, and we'll get into your message. So let's go ahead and begin. Holy Spirit, archangels, angels, ascended masters, and the ancestors, what messages do we have for the sign of Sagittarius for the year of 2020? Whoop, whoop. I'm excited because guess what? I'm a Sagittarius. So let's see what we have for the year of 2020. First quarter, not surprised. Second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Wow, Sag, baby, I'm excited. And here it is. Every sign has gotten this card except for, I think, 1 or 2. So Pluto transformation. So there are huge transformations occurring for us this year, Sagittarians. Just for the collective in general, people are becoming aware and awakening to their true life purposes and seeking out those paths. And that's just a fact. That's just happening. And the card, it's 11. The number 11. And then it talks about transformation. If you please tune in, you probably will have or would have by the time you see these readings, but I'm launching on January the 11th for to talk about my journey through spiritual awakening, awareness, and one of those things is synchronicities. And so 1111 was something that really stood out to me so heavily at the very beginning or the initiation of my transformation process. So Sagittarius are, if you are what you will be, just it's a fact that we got both of the cards that have been popping out for all of the signs to signify a spiritual transformation. So, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. But it is here for us. So that's our overall energy. If you already experienced a spiritual transformation, then you are going to continue to do so. If you are just at the initiation process, then that is going to be something that is going to be a part of your journey for the year 2020. So please tune in. I'm going to be sharing things, especially from a Sagittarius perspective. Really from the collective, but I think that it's going to be useful or helpful on your journey. So tune in and watch Sophisticated Intuition for the spiritual journey transformation recordings. Okay. So in our first quarter, we have Mercury retrograde, reinvention. Not shocked that this is here. So in the first quarter, in February, we have a Mercury retrograde. We may be looking back. There may be some people that are going to come back from the past. We may actually certain circumstances may require you to go back. Okay, you may have to go back to something that you once were at. Like, let's just say sometime last year you left your old job. And then now circumstances require you to go back to that old job, whatever it may be, because you weren't done yet there. And then it gives you an opportunity to reinvent yourself there because you've left. Maybe you were there for many years and then you left and now you're coming back and now you get to be a new person at that old employer. Okay. But the Mercury retrograde may play a major factor in your life in the first quarter, Sagittarius. All right, so it's just all over the place for you, Sag. Like, it's just everywhere. Okay, transform. Scorpio energy, which is the death card in the traditional tarot, which is about transformations, about endings and beginnings, new cycles. Like, this is what's happening for you. You are coming out. This is for me. I am loving doing this reading. I am loving the energy that's coming out of this reading because, and it may not be for every Sagittarian. Definitely, see me for a personal reading or your favorite reader. But what I am definitely receiving here is like this is my coming out party. Like, a lot of my friends and family are unaware that I read tarot or I provide spiritual intuitive messages. they are going to find out on January 11th when this launches, as I've been promoting it on my personal Facebook page, where I have ties to, people that I have had in my life for many, many years. And I have always had this gift since I was in my youth, but I didn't utilize it, or traditions, because of traditional religious factors, I was in fear of it. So now that I have ventured and embraced the gift that God has gave me and use it for love and light only, that is a huge transformation. Like, it's my coming out party. I don't care who knows. So that's the energy that we're feeling, Sag. I can tell right now that our video is going to be probably the longest. I've had a few that were short, and I've had a few that went too long, but we might be here for a while. Then just after that, what's next? Life purpose. So it's not random. Okay. The transformation, the Pluto transformation card, the Scorpio transformation card, and now we have here the North Node life purpose. All of these cards have come out for one or the other, or I should say one or the other of these cards have come out for each zodiac sign that I have done for the overall energy. So the collective is transforming. The collective is having a transition in life. The collective is going forward with a brand new beginning for the year of 2020. Like, it's a brand new decade. Like, the old is completely wiped clean, like it never even happened. So just trust and believe in that, Sagittarius, and have faith as you journey through your life purpose, or accepting or acknowledging or realizing what that path might be for you. I can tell you right now that it is not easy. Okay. It's definitely not easy to detach yourself from things that you have been accustomed to for many years, old patterns, old ways of thinking, old behaviors. So your transformation is not, rainbows and fluffy clouds. So just understand that part. But you are going to experience one of the most, or it's going to be one of the most beautiful experiences of your life. And I get that off of this card. It's just such a beautiful card. You've got kind of like a heart shape here. This individual is kind of like, for me, it reminds me of like worship, so just giving praise to God for all of what he has or she has done for you. Okay. All right. So then we have, not surprising, and I'm really excited to see that it's this one. Not that the other one is any less, because there's a Jupiter returns benefits, and then there's the Jupiter abundance. Okay. So this is in the fourth quarter, and we have every zodiac has gotten this card, and or within the tarot received like the Wheel of Fortune or something, which represents Jupiter. Jupiter, depending on who you're speaking to, is in transitioning through either Sagittarius or Capricorn. So therefore, there are great grand benefits when Jupiter is in those signs. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, knowledge. It is, it's bigger, better. Jupiter is the ruling planet of Sagittarius. Like, it gets no better that this is in the fourth quarter. I'd love to see it in the second or third, right? But it looks like we still have a bit of work to do. We still have a bit of transformation to do. It's still some things lingering from our past, or things that we haven't completely detached from. But towards or at the end of the fourth quarter, poof. You see how that lightning strike is like through the face? And the message is abundance. Like, Jupiter just pours it out. Do the work this year, Sagittarius, and watch Jupiter bless you. All right. So let's get into it. What is the message for the sign of Sagittarius for the year of 2020? Love it. Love it. What is the thank you? All my friends are going to be upset that their cards didn't come out the way mine did. When they see their readings, or maybe they did. I don't know. They have to watch them. Let me know what resonated. As well as you, please make your leave your comments, like, subscribe, join my channel, please. If I didn't resonate with you this month, then perhaps I will next month. Right now, it's looking like I will be doing monthlies, but I may make some time to do some weeklies as well. I'm starting to lose my voice. I've been doing a whole lot of reading, so I apologize for all the clearing of my throat. And there may also be some background noise. Just take it as confirmation. I'm not in the best setting right now. I'll be finding a better setup and quieter area in the near future. Okay. All right, Sag, your cards are really talking. It's not taking long. Probably because I got all that Sag energy going. Nice. Wow. Okay. Beautiful. All right, so the last three had this one, and I tell you, I have shuffled this deck several times, but there's potential for a higher level of commitment here. This is the Four of Wands or the 1111 card for those of you who are on the twin flame journey or the divine counterpart. Then know that there may be some significance to that as well here, but it does just talk about a firm foundation, and I'm really excited to see that. So and a lot of celebration. It's the marriage card. So when we think about marriage, we think about commitments, right? We think about compromise, um, and we think about a union, two people coming together. So those are some things to take heed for in the year of 2020. If you have been single, then that may be, a thing of the past. I am kind of seeing that like later, like that's the message I'm getting, like later. It's not in the beginning here. So those of you who are wondering if you're going to be getting into a new relationship, it's later. Okay. This is a general message, and my focus here is not on love, romance, finance, or career. I'm just allowing the message to come out for the year. So if it is focused on anything, one specific subject or aspect of your life, then I'll be, I'll just give those disclaimers as we go along. But right now, this is just telling me about a coming together, a firm foundation, a union, very solid. Okay, very solid. So you're going to be solid. Things are going to be solid. If things were shaky, and listen, I'm a Sagittarius. Things were shaky last year. Okay, you don't have to be. You don't have to be shy here with me. Things were shaky. Okay, but we're looking forward to a new and firm foundation in the year 2020. All right. So we're going to clarify, and then we'll give out the message. Love it. Told you. Oh, wow. That's beautiful. Love my guides. Maybe so, as they throw me the whole deck. Right on it. Okay. All right. Thanks. There's something flipped over in here. Okay. Probably should have took that. It was like dancing on my fingers here. Let's see. Wow. Okay. Sagittarius. Look. Can I make this up? I can't make this up. Look. It is the Four of Wands. We are okay. Things were shaky. I know it. I know it's Sag. Maybe not all of us. Maybe not our entire life, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'll be candid with you. My whole life was shaky. Okay. Nothing really fell all the way apart. Well, that's a lie. Some things fell all the way apart, but then there were just some things that it was like, I've got this table. I'm gonna give this example. I told you this one's gonna probably be long. So if you're a Sagittarian, take some time out from your day to sit and watch and listen to this one. But I have this table, or it's really like a stand that I've had my God, for probably 15, 16 years. And that thing is shaky, okay? But it stays together. And I feel like that was, you have to be careful when you move it. And I feel like that was how life was for the last year. But looking in the year of 2020, we have double confirmation of a firm foundation. And that's just that. So please know that everything is going to be okay. All right. So in addition to that, we have the Temperance here at the very beginning of the year, which Temperance represents Sagittarius, and the Death card, which represents transformation. Okay, so Sagittarius, and I think I mentioned this in one of the other videos. It was very early on. I want to say it might have been the Aquarius or the Taurus, but the Sagittarian collective is really in great alignment in terms of our spiritual transformations. I know that there's going to be a great deal of you who are going to resonate with this, that you have been seeing those signs and synchronicities, you have been meditating, you have been, moving away from your traditions, or even looking at them from a new perspective, if you will. So that is what the Sagittarius is experiencing at this first part of the year. Either you have or you will be going through a spiritual transformation, or a transformation of some sorts, because this is Temperance, which is the card of Sagittarius, as well as Death, which is transformation. It's just clear. That's the clear message. Sagittarius going through transformation. It's an angel. Okay. We're some of the more intuitive signs just in general, so you probably have a lot of readers out there that are Sagittarian, because we have a high sense of intuition. We're known to be empaths and things like that. So the gifts are there for us, and that's not against any other signs, because there are other zodiacs that possess these gifts as well. And there's all kinds of different lanes that will open up for you when you go through your spiritual transformation. Doesn't mean that you're going to read intuitively. You may do something else like Reiki healing or something to that effect, but you're going to accept who you are in God, and then start moving towards your life purpose in that. Okay, Sag, that's really exciting. Then in the month of February, or sometime in that second quarter, you are cutting away your anxieties, your fears, your overthinking. Like, it's part of the process as well. So, your thoughts become things. So you are no longer focused on the things that don't serve you. You are not worried. You're not worried in the month of February, or some portion, like maybe towards the end of January here, but you're just not worried anymore. You don't worry. You leave it up to God. Excuse me. You leave it up to God. You leave it up to Source. You leave it to the universe. But you don't worry about things anymore. All right. So Sag, in March, looks like there's a slow moving offer, or something that has been approaching you slowly, that's going to bring you out of this mindset of lack, or this impoverished mindset. It's going to come to an end. It's going to come to a close, but it is slow. Like, I almost feel like you get a blessing, right? You get, let's just say, like, for instance, an example of, like, someone was, completely poor. They were homeless. They had nothing. They don't have anywhere to go. And somehow, some way, they bought a scratcher with the $1 that somebody gave them, and they become a millionaire, right? They go and they buy their house to live in. But even though they now have a house, they still live like they don't. So they still go out and beg. There are people that has happened to. Like, they still go out and beg, or panhandle, or they, still dig through the trash to find something to eat, and they are sitting in $1 million home. Like, I feel like you are slowly moving out of the mindset of poverty, but you do need to set your intentions that way. Like, I am abundant. Okay, don't overdo it, but just like, I'm abundant, and like slowly start to do your research on what you need to know on how to change your mindset and shift your thoughts positively. And definitely tune in to me, because I will be talking about that. All right. So as soon as you do that, um, you are given an offer, right? I forget what sign that was. I'm gonna have to look since I'm a Sag and see who the similarity was, but they got this the exact same placement here. It was, I think, in a different placement, but exact same two cards. I find that these two people are the same. So this is a Page of Pentacles, right? And this is the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles, what he does is he kind of looks over what he's been invested in, or what he's invested in, but he kind of, is not paying quite enough attention to this pentacle here, and then this one over here. He is given an offer. So it feels like for you, Sagittarius, that you are given an offer. And when that offer is presented to you, you're just kind of looking through everything that you've invested in, to determine whether or not you're going to accept. And then you accept, you know, then you pick that pentacle up off of the ground and you accept your harvest. So that's beautiful. You've planted these seeds and then here it is. And you manifested that. Okay. And speaking of, here we are with the Magician. Okay. I want to put another clarifier on this so bad, but I did not do that for any of the other signs. So you may have to see me for a personal reading, Sagittarius, if you have additional questions in terms of your year of 2020, because right here, so with the Magician, what I'm picking up the energy of with the Five of Swords, the Magician, he has all the tools he needs to manifest, to make it happen, to create. Okay. And the Five of Swords is it's about a victory, but it's about a victory at the expense of someone. So you or someone that you are connected to, Sagittarius, may be manifesting or creating something at the expense of someone else, or someone had to lose something in order for you to gain something. So that's just what's going on. It looks like that's in the month of May there. So just be mindful of that. Okay. Sometimes even, you know what, I'm actually picking up on this, a little bit of manipulation. I don't read the cards in reverse, but I can definitely pick up an energy when it may have give off that same meaning, what a reverse would be. And with the Magician and the Five of Swords, it is kind of giving me a little bit of a manipulation. So you might want to be mindful of anyone that you are in connection with in the month of May, or definitely, yeah, because it's the Five of Swords, so I'm giving that 5. um and just be aware of your surroundings, of the people that you are involving yourself with, because there could be some manipulation going on around that time. Okay. Then you, in the month of June, there is some serious earth energy going on here, and I want to say it's definitely a Virgo. Like, I get these cards all the time. I'm reading these cards all the time, but this hermit just looks so big to me right now. Like, he is just like hovering over the King of Pentacles, right? He is just large and illuminating. So there seems to be some, there's some strong earth, some strong, possible Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, but very strong Virgo because it's come out with the Hermit. So this could be a very significant person in your life, and that person is very stable, husband material or wife. Don't get caught up on the genders. It can't be. We all have divine feminine, divine masculine within us, so it could play out from either side. But this individual is got it going on. They have the ability to take care of you. You don't need anybody. We know that, Sagittarius. You don't need anybody to take care of you. You can take care of yourself. But you do have, especially for those the divine feminine, who embrace their femininity, and who do not have an issue with allowing someone to play the role of and being submissive and allowing them to take the lead. There's so much debate and conversation about male female roles and all of that, gender specifics, and but at the end of the day, whatever your sexuality is or your gender is, but you have decided to allow your partner to be the dominant partner, the dominant, or the head of the household. Just get to the point there. The head of the household is this guy, okay, or gal, and you're kind of like stepping back to let them lead. But it's so funny that the Hermit is so much bigger than the King of Pentacles. So I don't know if it's more like you step back, but that actually makes you the bigger person. So that's something to know there, Sagittarius. All right, so now moving on, July. I'm really excited about this. This looks good. Being a Sagittarius, and I was kind of hoping to go on some trips in the new year. So we have the Chariot with the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune, like I mentioned previously, is Jupiterian energy. And so we are getting those benefits, and it looks like so that Jupiter abundance card came out in our fourth quarter, but it's looking like we may get a little sprinkle of that in the third quarter. And it does look like it's in terms of like moving forward, going on trips. Maybe some of us are getting brand new cars, things like that. But it is like the benefits of Jupiter. It's your turn. It's your time. Okay. Then moving forward for what month am I on? August. So August, you have the Nine of Pentacles with the Star. So that's really awesome because the Nine of Pentacles talks about independency. It talks about knowing your worth, right? So you're feeling really good about yourself, Sagittarius, in the month of August. Like this is a really strong, good time for you. The Star is talking about wish fulfillment. And also there could be an Aquarius that's of significance, or you may have Aquarius in your chart. I happen to have Aquarius in my moon, so this reading is probably picking up on a lot of my personal energy. But yes, so you are, with the Star, sometimes it talks about fame, even like you may actually be like the Nine of Pentacles. She is all that in a bag of chips. Okay, she's got it going on, so you very well may be, famous come the time of what was that, August, Sagittarius, for those of you who are looking for that. So take note of that. That's really exciting. All right, so then in the month of September, it looks like there's some communication in regards to a higher level of commitment or your spirituality, or regarding your religious organization. All right, so that is what I'm getting off of that. I'm not getting a whole lot off of this, other than there is some communication in regards to your spirituality. So you may actually be getting even telepathic messages for those who are doing the work and have an understanding of, so like when I meditate, and it takes a lot, if you're not used to it, if you have a hard time closing down your mind and allowing um, yourself to get into the flow. Um, Once you get into that flow, once you have meditated long enough and you get into that flow, you start to receive those messages, those downloads. And the Hierophant talks about spirituality. He talks about higher levels of commitment. So you may be given, for those of you who are on that journey, are going to probably be receiving some downloads in the month of September. Others of you may be getting some information about, your significant other may actually communicate to you that they want to take this to a higher level of commitment. So whether you've just been talking to each other on the phone and now they want to become your boyfriend, girlfriend, or you've been boyfriend, girlfriend, and now they want to become your spouse. So in the month of September, that's what you're looking at, Sagittarius. Some communication in terms of a higher level of commitment and your spirituality. Okay. And since we're going through so many spiritual transformations, please take note of that. So in the month of, what is this? I didn't skip something. Okay, so that's October. So in the month of October, we have the Eight of Swords with the Knight of Swords. So it almost feels like someone's coming to your rescue. So you're trapped in your mind, Sagittarius. So I don't know what happened in between all that blessing and all that goodness, or this could be someone that you are connected to. This is air energy, so that's Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, okay, or somewhere in your chart. So it looks like you're like pretty trapped in your mind, like your thoughts are consuming you almost, and then a harsh truth comes and sets you free. So I don't know what's going on in that specific area there. That is going to require some personal reading, or some additional clarifiers that I'm not going to pull in this reading. But it looks like there is an element of freeing yourself from your thoughts here. Okay. And it's almost like it feels like someone else comes to the rescue, but also at the same time, for some of you, it feels like you finally just cut your cut yourself loose. You tell yourself the truth here. Okay. So that's in the month of October. In the month of November, you have the sun. All right. So with a sun with the 3 of Wands. So something beautiful is going to occur for you, Sagittarius, in the month of um, November. It's what you've been waiting for. It's a happiness. It is a love. It's a joy. It's a peace. It's a calmness that you're going to get. And I am absolutely happy for us. Okay, it's the ships that you've been waiting for. There could be a Leo that's significant. The Sun card does represent Leo. And then you have the Wands here, which are also Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Okay. And then it just kind of carries over like into December. Like you could be going, definitely you might be even going on vacation. Like you waiting on your plane ride, waiting on your boat ride, whatever, and as you're going to some sunny area. And I think that the Leos did have something like that similar in their forecast as well. So you might want to check that video out. I'm a Leo ascendant, so I will be. Then I'm gonna then you have December, where you have this Queen of Pentacles, okay, with the 2 of Wands. So I'm picking up very heavily, like you made the decision, or someone did, to look towards a very stable and bright future. Okay. I'm getting a little bit of reflective, like this is towards the end of the year. This is when that Jupiter abundance comes into play, right? It's coming up for the month of December, but it could play out at any time at the end of the year there. But you had right now for the year of 2020, you're not looking back, Sagittarius. You're going forward. You're one of those who are truly transforming. It's as if none of the years ever existed previously. You're not focused on any hurts, pains, losses, or any of that. You're only focused on what you can gain going forward. And then like whatever happened even yesterday, you don't even look at that. You just keep pushing, right? So that is your experience for 2020. However, by the time that you get to the end of the year and the many blessings that you receive from going through your transformation, from accepting the process and not resisting, not, just truly embracing your true path, okay, your true path. You sit back and you reflect on that at the end of the year. And then you start to decide what you're going to do next. Okay. So if you have, a Reiki business that you started in the year of 2020, then you just do it at home. You start to think through towards the end of the year, like, do I want to expand this? Do I want to actually open up a location? If it grew that big, if it was, that widespread in the world, the word got around so quickly that people coming by the house just wasn't going to work for you because it just wasn't enough space or and time. So now you need to actually rent out a location. That's kind of the energy that I'm picking up for you. Like you're just thinking through, what's my next step? Where am I going to go next? So that's for the Sagittarius collective for the year of 2020. Let's see if there's any additional messages. So overall, you're transforming. You have a solid foundation. You're seeking out your true life path, and purpose. And there is a little bit of a slow movement of you leaving behind some. Wow, what did you get? Actually, it threw me too many. Hold on a second. So getting away from that lack mentality, and telling yourself the truth. Okay. Look, this one, that was one of the cards that fell out. So it's back, strength. And I know that the Leo's got this one as well. So this is very significant for you, Sagittarius. I will go back and check the Leo video. I am going to do so myself personally. So I can see how that resonated with those two. You may have strong Leo in your chart like me. But it says here, it's time to be strong and take on the challenges you face. Look within, find your inner strength to power through any obstacles that are in your way. Use that strength as you go through your spiritual transformation. Sagittarius, you're going to need it. Love and light.